I posted an image that I found on Google Plus from progressives, and it was a bunch of large white men standing around in a smash burger, I believe it was, with all of their long guns around them. So
It
that's
was
the
a split image.
That's the image. It had all of this, and the text on the image encouraged people who are in a restaurant having a meal and they see open carry advocates walking in, then they should stand up and walk out and not pay. They urged them specifically, do not pay because you have the right to remove yourself from dangerous situations. Okay, the point that I was hoping, and maybe I did this wrong, but the point I was making is that the left is using these scare images in order to make people advocating for Second Amendment rights, all of them, not just open carry people, all of them look nuts and resonate with the middle who doesn't really know or think much about Second Amendment rights. As I posted this, the discussion, and Brass is responsible for this sidetrack immediately, went to...
I apologize for nothing.
Right, of course. His detour went immediately to whether or not open carry was a good idea. None of that mattered, and I kept trying to redirect the conversation, and people kept going off on this tangent. And I got frustrated, and I made this really long post in response, and I thought, you know, forget that. I'm posting it on Free Radical Network. And essentially I was pointing out to people that the middle, the people watching this discussion, the people the left are messaging to with this, they don't give a crap about your Second Amendment rights unless they are made to care about them.
Remember the Bloomberg ad about the woman whose ex, you know, knocked down the door and you know, attacked her with a gun, I think it was, and you know, that was a reason to ban handguns, was because the attacker had a handgun. No, you know, we were able to flip that and say if she had a gun, then dude would be dead. There wouldn't have been a problem. He would have been dead. So I think that's a very valuable conversation to have, and sort of that getting back to what you were saying before. What is your goal here, and is it accomplishing that goal? And in some of these cases, yeah, it is. In others of these cases, not so much. And this was one of those instances where it goes up on the internet and the left uses it. So
if there's a phrase I've learned from Andy over the past year, it's thinking about what you're leading with. And it's not to say, I mean, you could debate the wisdom, the intelligence, the whether it's smart to openly carry a weapon on your person. You can talk about that all day long. It doesn't really matter. That's an internal conversation that no one cares about other than the few people that are having that argument. But if you're leading with the idea that everyone deserves a right to protect themselves, and those issues, you're focusing on self-defense, focusing on the very real and relatable things that people in in this country right now, in this time, deal with, instead of going back to kind of the beginning of the country and the thinking at the time that a lot of people don't emotionally access. If you lead instead with the current issues and the relatable things, you can eventually get there. But I don't think talking about open carry in terms of, say, whether or not you should be able to protect yourself from a rogue government is a place you lead, because people's minds go ape over the concept and they reject that out of hand. And not only that, a lot of them don't have a very good historical reference for that. They're not well versed in history, and if you try to give them a history lesson in the middle of your Second Amendment lesson, in the middle of your open carry rights discussion, they're checked out. They're gone.
Colorado is an absolutely crucial swing state in the 2016 presidential and the Senate majority. So that is why this is an enormous story. And guys, I just hate to... What we do know is this: power struggles, division, and it is not, and it is incredibly damaging. We're shooting our own and ourselves in the midst of trying to win a state crucial for the party nationally.